I made one big mistake. I was 22, 23 years old and I wanted to conquer the world. Was I the only one to realize that a smartphone is essentially a computer? This is how Miraxess dies. Let me tell you the full story. My name is Yanis Enter, and I come from a French-Algerian family. I like to think that I'm related to the great Arabian poet-warrior Antar ibn Shaddad from the 6th century, someone I deeply admire. While my journey is quite different from his, I've always been surrounded by the same fighting spirit, resilience and love for freedom. I wasn't the best student, often ranked near the bottom, but I've always had the self-confidence and leadership skills to drive projects forward. I believe an individual can push mountains as some are born with strong energy and the will to use it, and some are just wasting it. I want to have an impact on the world and live 1,000 lives. It does not mean be famous, it means build something significant and positive to be proud of my legacy. Since high school, I have a notebook and every time I have a great idea, I write it down. Most of the time, these are hardware products because I naturally try to find solutions to real problems. And I would 100% recommend to any creative person to apply this method and find the energy to realize at least one of your ideas. I remember the exact moment the idea of a mobile-only world had captured my imagination back in 2011. I was a first-year student in Insect Business School in Lyon, in France, sitting in a large amphitheater, and my mind wandered from the lecture and I find myself observing my classmates. Each had a laptop on the table and the phone beside it. As someone who had always been fascinated by technologies, this seemed odd to me. Weren't smartphones essentially computers? Why not give them the form factor of a laptop? I was excited by this thought and I quickly jotted it down and began researching. Motorola, a bigger brand then than now, had just released the Lap Dock, a laptop dock for smartphones. A month later, I got my first smartphone, the Motorola Droid Razr, partially for its futuristic Kevlar design, but also its potential compatibility with the Lap Dock. I had to hack it a little bit to reverse the position of the micro HDMI and micro USB connectors to make it work with the Lap Dock, but all set. And for months, I used this setup for my daily student tasks. I remember the confused looks on my classmates' faces when I tried to explain my setup. No one seemed to grasp how revolutionary this concept could be. Was I the only one to realize that a smartphone is essentially a computer? And how long until it became powerful enough to serve that purpose? Well, I can tell you that already, more than 10 years. In these short episodes, I'm going to tell you the whole story of Miraxess. Now, I don't want to take too much of your time, so I'll tell you the next chapter next week. Take care. Cheers.